perfect reason for it to come down that low again. The dollar has to be tokenized because everything in the commerce and commercial space is becoming tokenized. That's why ETFs got legalized, and the head of the SEC right now, they just changed how securities and cryptos are treated. Cryptos are no longer considered securities, and neither is staking. After the XRP Hinman files, these cryptos do have the ability to go down to 40 cent again because they're not considered securities or stable coins. So market volatility has a free reign. There isn't no limit to how much liquidity or volume can be in or taken out of the market. Which is a good thing for opportunity, because if market liquidity is expanded for this Americans Right Fund to be introduced into the open market, that pushes the stock market to 24/7 instead of having a 1 hour close. So we wouldn't have to worry about that 5 or 6 o'clock overlap anymore coming the next year or two.
If we realize XRP is about the ISO next month.
Yeah, I'm aware. But Tesla also has the ability to go to $11 just off the basis of Elon Musk changing the name to Taco. So Tesla's at one of the biggest companies in the world. Amazon is too. And when Amazon was at 3,500, nobody thought that it was going to go to 150. They just knew a 31 halving was going to happen. A 31 stock split was going to happen. Everyone should have knew that you were going to have the opportunity to see Amazon under $100 again. But how many people do you think bought up Amazon at 99? Not a lot. And now it's at 190.
So you think XRP gonna go back to the 50 cent range?
Yeah, I do. I believe Bitcoin's coming down to 15.5 again. Dogecoin potentially back to 5 cent as well. So it's not like I don't believe in these projects, right? It's just that I have a realistic outlook in terms of how liquidity is going to affect the market, and liquidity is the biggest driver. I support the projects. I see XRP going to those $2,000, $10,000 targets. Definitely. I definitely see Bitcoin going to $1 million per token, because it's literally built into the white paper of how the tokenomics works. But there has to be a grab of liquidity that pushes it higher than where it's been, because it's been bullish all year.
I don't see XRP going down if they're about to have an ISO event and actually take over the Swift system. I don't see no downward.
Like we're gonna see a short-term push, like on the 4 hour, for example, right? On the 4 hour, if you think about when that ISO event's about to happen, let's say it's about, because remember, if it's on the 5-minute time frame, it's gonna take 24 to 48 hours. If it's on a 1 hour time frame, it might take,
Wait, what are you referring to? 5-minute time frame? What takes 24 hours on a 5-minute time frame?
I think he had to go. I think he had a phone call.
Yeah. Maybe he felt himself pretty much good in his ass.
You say what?
What happened?
No.
You just keep your shit.
Damn, Kazi left again?
Yeah, I was trying to see what you're talking about. On the 5-minute chart, take 24 hours. I'm like, what is he referring to? And I'm not saying the nigga count, but when you're talking, you got to make it make sense, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to add up to me. What on a 5-minute chart take 24 hours to manifest on a 5-minute chart?
This is my first time seeing what he's talking about as far as trading, so I'm gonna see what this gold trade do that he said. And
you going in with no stop loss too, huh?
No, I'm just watching it. Watch it, take some notes. You feel me? Add it to the journal. Add it to the journal with the trades I already took. You feel me? Let's see what's going on. Let's see.
Yo, King got me wrong. King got me wrong. I ain't even gonna say it, bro.
People
are very funny. So after a while, it's just best not to put energy on some stuff. That's one thing on this.
King was like, "You gonna blow high earth out there, Cap."
Straight up. Talking about no stop loss. Like, what you mean? That's not not smart. It's not wise. Nobody can see the future, and no one is that accurate that you're about to enter a trade with thousands of dollars with no stop loss and just let it roll. I mean, granted, once again,
I mean, if you're constantly watching it, I could see that. If you sitting at the desk and you got it all up there, and you actively,
if a trade going 100 points against you, I think it's probably a bad trade overall. It's a horrible entry, if nothing else. But should no trade be going 100 points against you if you entered at a good point of entry? It just doesn't happen like that.
I mean, but you can be early to something, right?
Yeah, but if you're trading and then you have your whole account exposed without stop loss on one trade, how can you call that good risk management? That doesn't make sense.
Well, did he say he had his whole account on?
Well, that's essentially what it means.
He said you do a 1 to 10, which is kind of extreme.
No, when you don't put stop loss, right? When you have a trade on and you don't have any stop loss, it means that your whole account is exposed, because if the market is to do something crazy,
you can blow the whole account. I got what you're saying. Okay.
Exactly. And the whole idea of yes, you don't know what you're doing and stuff, you can be as precise as you want it. I mean, I trade 3 pip stop loss trades and 6 pip stop loss. But even with that level of precision, I still don't go ahead and be like, hey, I know that the market is going to reverse. I have a 3 pip window, so I'm not going to use stop loss. It doesn't make sense to expose your whole account on one trade. It's crazy to me, But then, anyways, to each its own.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not really taking into the equation that things can happen. Black Swan effect. NASDAQ just fell 1,000 points in one day. And if you trade at $20 a contract, 1,000 points,
imagine being
$20,000 loss.
Imagine being at the wrong time, at the wrong side of the trade. You're thinking okay, this is a good buy, but you are actually buying at the top. You don't have the stop loss. The trade reverses to never come back to that place in months. Out goes your calculation. So that strategy might work. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but it just takes one bad trade to cancel out everything that you've done over the years. Telling people how mental stop loss. Man.
I guess the better question is, what is a proper stop loss? Where is a proper place to place your stop loss?
Right. Because that's what I was talking about earlier. I think that's how the stop loss thing came up. I don't know.
That's
why I said that earlier, right? Legit.
Yeah, that's where the skill come into play. But hey, apparently I'm not qualified to talk about it. I'm not a professional. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, let that go, bro.
This is the same guy who did a trading bet with me a few years ago. But anyways, we all know casting. It's nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be back, I guess, but if not, we're going to keep it moving. So, we talked about it earlier, but you guys weren't here, so it's not like we're repeating the same topic in a sense. What's your thoughts on the politics that's going on with India and Pakistan, Iran, Israel? What's your thoughts?
That's a very sensitive topic. That's my thought. It's a very sensitive topic. I just think that at the end of all of these things, there's there's always the same people who actually suffer, and it doesn't matter on what side that the people are. Whether it's Iran, whether it's Israel, the people are always the ones who pay the price. I think that's what sometimes people forget, because this tension stuff, it didn't start today. This is something that predates even our parents, in terms of what's really going on. Like, we just happen to be a generation who is like catching wind of it. But at the end of the day, I think the whole labeling of, like, this is my nationality. Like, when people really, really carry labels to like a toxic level in my books, that's where like things starts getting blurred out. Because at the end of the day, like, that the superpowers that are trying to take control of the strategic places, and they do whatever they need to do to like secure their power. But yeah, whether it's Iran, whether it's Israel, like, the people are the ones who always end up paying the price, and that's just sad. Those are my thoughts on the whole matter.
I mean, yeah, besides I guess the politics side of the issue, war is ugly, of course. It really don't matter what side it affects, because there's no good outcome. End of the day, and this is all over the real wide. Even it applies to us here in America. End of the day, we're not the soldiers. We're not the leaders. We're not the presidents. We are just regular citizens, and it's not cool when you're just trying to smoke your weed, go to the market, get some groceries, come back and watch some funny shit on TV and rub on your old lady ass, and a damn motor strikers like coming and smacking your motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool on no level, right? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, that's messed up for the victims, the casualties of this war, but we're gonna stick to markets, and in the sense of, we talk about trading and not having a stop loss when it's active wars in the world, and at any given moment, any given second, like right now, it's evening for us. It could be early mornings for these guys overseas, and breaking news could come out in the middle of the day. This isn't some traditional. Oh, I'm gonna get on the Forex factory. I'm waiting for a red folder, or I'm waiting on, I'm waiting on some news to happen. The news come on at 10. There's active wars going on. The news can happen at any given second. Something break out, some crazy turn of event come out. And if you're in a trade with no stop loss, you're just rolling the dice at this point. That's not trading, that's gambling. You might as well just take your money and go to the casino and go play some poker or some blackjack at this point. But I just feel like trading, you need to do it right, have some stop losses in place, and, treat this like a professional thing, you know what I'm saying? Realize that, you have no control over the market, and the only control you have is the amount you risk and the amount you're willing to lose. I can't control how much I win, but I can control how much I lose. I say I'm only going to lose $20 in this trade, and, it happens. The trade might go negative 1,000, but I have only lost negative 20. But that's only what I was willing to allow to go against me, right? And in terms of having a stop loss or where to put those stop loss, I guess it all depends on the trader, how you are managing your risk. For me personally, I like to trade off levels, whether it's support or resistance, or whether it's a certain opening, like a price. But if you're waiting on the candle to, let's say candles going down to support a price. I ain't gonna say candles. Price is going to support. You're trying to see if it's gonna break that structure, if it's gonna break that support. If it breaks support and closes below, then my stop loss is at support. Just in case it comes back and re-breaks it. Actually, my entry and stop loss might be like very tight, because I'm gonna enter once it breaks support, And my stop loss is going to be at support, just in case it doubles back and comes back and goes back above support and bounces up. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me, personally. I'm going to place my stop loss at certain key levels. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to have a tight stop loss because if it goes to resistance, you know, if you see price going up to the resistance, it's at the high, there's only two things it's going to do. It's either going to reject that resistance and come back down, or it's going to break it. And if you break it, that resistance becomes support. I'm setting my stop loss at support. So if it comes back to that, it closes me out. I haven't lost much because I entered right after it broke that level. Break even. To me, that's the best stop loss to have. Yeah, man. I try to be fair to everybody, but I hate to say it. Kamikaze Pack came in and left everybody with like a bad taste in their mouth. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling them out though, because like you can't come in here throwing these crazy numbers and saying you made $7 million in 24 hours. Like, come on, bro. Let's be realistic with this shit. You'll be on Forbes magazine right now if you was a killer like that. You'd be at Dubai somewhere. You wouldn't be on this fucking app. Let's just be honest. But nah, you good, Victor. I think you held it down. You know, pretty good. What's y'all thoughts on this game, man? Who y'all going for? I think Indiana should take I'm gonna start OKC out the water.
I think I got a feeling. Okay, I got a feeling Indiana may sneak up on them tonight. But it better be if Indiana lose tonight, man. You know, it might be over for them, dog.
Bruh, I damn near forgot.
Game 7 at OKC, man, it's gonna be too much, man. That crowd gonna be going crazy, man. It may be too much for them, dog. Yeah.
I damn near forgot the finals was even still going.
You know, I'm glad I can have a life. You know, hardest, you know, how much work I put in. I could watch the game. I could just do normal stuff, and at the same time, hustle the way I hustle. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, after the Lakers was out of there, after the Pistons was gone, I stopped caring, man. Once it became Indiana and yeah, I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I stopped caring about it. Shout out to the Pacers, though. I hope they get one.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. We'll see what happens tonight. Tonight, one of them games, but that dude Alexander, man, he nice. I ain't gonna lie. That little motherfucker, he might be the next Jordan.
To be just like one of these fucking just spastic people who's like gets upset with someone in the street and they are fucking they hold you fucking nigga, fuck you, you fucking nigga, fuck all the nigga. Like I 100% I know those people. You know what I mean? Whereas like Andrew just 100% isn't one of those people. Like as in he jokes, right? Do you think if he was really angry, like legit, like oh man, do you honestly think if Andrew was really angry, like the N word would come out? Is that what you think?
You know, it is Afro-Latino.
Is there like any, like, what are the artists for the end of it?
Toxic Crew says what?
God doesn't have the name. LA Company, do you actually think like there's any chance for that? And be real.
I'll tell
Andrew
you.
gets really angry.
The way Andrew went, see, the thing is, I don't know if you were here when Andrew